Hey guys, Billy Holmes, Holmes Hot Rod and Cycles. Wanted to do a little small episode today and answer a question that we get a lot over Facebook and YouTube. You can see the truck here that we're working on. It's a 68 C10 that's a customer's that we're doing engine swap and suspension and different things like that. But in the episodes that we're filming this, there's another vehicle in the background that people ask about a lot, and that is this white truck. They're wondering what it is, if we can go over it, what it's in for, and different things like that. That is another customer's truck that we are working on. We're keeping it kind of out of the spotlight for the most part. We will go over a couple little small things, but the gentleman, he just wanted to, just kind of keep it low key and not put put a full build video or anything like that out on it. But we will do an update real quick. I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around and I'll show you all about the truck. All right, got the camera flipped around. Let's take a look at the truck. It's a Chevy C30. It is a 65 cab and chassis. It's just missing two of the back tires, but it is a dually. And we all know that these trucks, they never came with an actual dually bed on it like you would see in the later years. They would come like this, and you could make or build or buy your own flatbed, stake bed, whatever kind of bed that you wanted to put on it that suits your needs. These were made for working. They weren't made to take the kids and the family to the store and church and different things like that. So it would come like this, and you suit it out however you wanted to. Now, the good thing is this is a factory frame for this truck, but it does have upgraded suspension. It's not aftermarket. This is actually out of a square body dually like you would find in the 70s and 80s. This is a factory rear end, leaf spring, perches, different things like that. So it does have upgraded rear suspension as well as this front suspension. This front suspension is out of a square body as well. You can check out the cross member there. So it not being aftermarket, it is upgraded, about 20 years of technology, I guess you would say. It will haul. It's going to be able to handle anything he puts on it weight-wise. You can see the thickness of the leaf springs over there. So it is a factory original frame with a square body C30 suspension front and back on it. Now that this is a work truck, he wanted to keep it simple with the rubber mat. He has a couple other classic trucks that have rubber mats. He prefers those. So we did put sound deadener down and a rubber mat. He also wanted to be comfortable. Even though it's old, it can still be comfortable. So we put vintage air in it. Take a look here. Put vintage air. We put a retro radio in, as well as you can see the dakotadigital gauges and the modules. I'll walk you over here. And we'll go over real quick on what we did with the brakes and stuff. But whole new American Autowire wiring kit. You can see here, just got the last couple of wires ready for the gauges and the steering column. But we do have a full dakotadigital setup here with one of our custom brackets. There's another look at the vintage air for this truck. He wanted to keep it where once it's buttoned up, it pretty much looks all factory. We didn't want to do anything crazy. He had already painted everything, so we know that this color is not factory, the gray, but it was already painted once it got here. But with the rubber mats, the old looking vintage air display, and the radio, once we put the dakotadigital gauges in here, you won't see any of this. It will look like an old truck. And that's kind of what he was going for. We have a new steering column, new pedal, and different things like that. But what a lot of people will probably saw when I came over here is this guy here. Now, there's nothing original or old school about that. This harness is from SpearTech. We had to kind of chop it up and make it work since we wanted to put it here on the floor. We built a custom bracket for it. It will be underneath the seat. It won't be seen, but we still wanted to be able to get to it to change fuses and the OBD2 and everything like that. So we built a custom bracket for it. We lengthened some of the wiring, shortened some of the wiring. We ran it through the transmission tunnel up underneath and to the back of the engine, and same with the fuel over here. So if you have this, I think you pretty much know what we're going to show next. But that is the interior, and we're going to show you the goodies on this truck now. That's going to surprise a lot of people. That's a 6.2 liter LT engine and transmission. It's back there. This is the SpearTech harness. It's just laid up here. We got a few things that we need to do before those can be hooked up, and the owner's also going to be replacing that transmission with another one he has, so we're just kind of temporarily putting things in here. But looking for basically left to right, you can see the vintage air kit. Just wanted it really clean. That was his words, really clean, really nice, something that you would see from the factory, besides this big mammoth of an engine here. He wanted everything just kind of real simple, and what it would look like if it came from the manufacturer. He didn't want anything really like aftermarket looking, hence the factory inner fenders and different things like that, the cleaned up firewall. So there's the vintage air. We ran it down. The engine, we have a Hydro Boost CPP setup with all custom stainless steel bent lines that we did here in house. Here is the power steering reservoir. Again, going with kind of like the real simple black, satin black look to it to make it look more factory. We have the radiator overfill here, again, matching the bill of the look. Wanted to keep it real nice. You can see a lot of the wiring that we have for the electric fans, the trinary switch. All of this will be covered by the factory panels, so you won't be able to see any of that. It'll just be real nice black factory panels, and we're going to put a black aluminum radiator in as well, and kind of wrap the whole factory look, kind of tone it down, goal that we're going for. And then once that's done, man, all this thing's going to be a beast. But we've done the AC, we've done the entire brake system, the Hydro Boost. You can see we've used really nice hoses and lines and connectors going through. Wanted to kind of minimalize the amount of stuff that you have in the engine bay when it comes to one of these engines. So we ran the steering, not sure if you can see that, basically through kind of to a bulkhead and back down through here. We're waiting on 2 fittings here to finish that up, but you can see the real nice rubber hose will be tucked up out of the way and connected here to the power steering box. Just keeping it real nice, real simple, and just really clean. We're not going anything crazy, but we are definitely bringing it into the new age. It being a different cross member, the brakes are all ran different, so we've had to custom bend lines and hoses to get them to run and match this vehicle's frame to the square body's cross member. That was the big chore. Walk you back to here. The only brake lines that were actually pre-bent that we used was the axle. That was a square body axle pre-bent line, so that's pretty easy. But anything from here up is all custom bent stainless steel hard lines. We had to modify the bracket in order for it to fit, since the frame is a different measurement. The factory bracket would not fit and would not reach. We have the lines running underneath. Let me get down here real quick. We have the lines running underneath real nice. We have the battery box. He did not want the battery box in the engine bay, so we did put it on the outside of the frame. It's one that once you put the battery in, it slides up and out of the way. Then it also drops, so you can get to the battery easier. We have a lot of electrical. We're finishing up some of the electrical here. You can see the little fuse box that's going to go here for the 12 volt designated. This is the temporary transmission that's just sitting in here. With the engine harness going up there, but real clean, real nice. You have the wiring down here. We've tried to use all of the factory holes in the frame for the bolts and everything like that. We didn't like to drill new holes if we can get by with it. He's filled some holes here when they were prepping the frame, but we tried to use factory holes instead of drilling more holes. Those two will be covered by the fuse box, or used by the fuse box. But just a really clean, nice truck. You can see it's all painted, it's body worked. There's the rear suspension. So this thing is going to be a good running, kind of a newer technology, more comfortable truck. in sheep's clothing. You got this, but when that hood comes down, it just looks like an old pawpaw truck. You're never going to know the difference. I think he plans on keeping the wheels and tires, just freshening them up, so it's not going to have huge billet wheels or anything like that. The computer will be covered by the seat. So once the seat gets in here, the glove box door, there's the fan controller, Dakota Digital. Once that's all done, this is going to look just like just a good restored original factory type truck. And until he tells you exactly what's been done with all the horsepower and the torque and the suspension that this thing's got. So, but that's it on the truck. Y'all were asking, so that's what we're doing. We're just kind of keeping it out of the spotlight. We're still working on this along with the 68 C10 as well. We're just not hitting on this one as much, but hopefully that answers all y'all's questions about the truck and what it is and what we're doing to it and different things like that. I think it's gonna be a really cool truck. I can't wait to see once he puts the bed on it, but we're pretty much almost wrapped up on that. We're gonna finalize a few things and then give it back to him, and he'll be able to finish it how he wants to and hopefully get it on the road and start getting it to work. But all right, that's it. Hopefully kept it short and sweet. I appreciate everybody stopping by. If y'all want to see more of this truck right here, we're going to have a new episode coming out. We're getting the control arms on it. We're going to slap the control arms on and the new suspension, and that thing will be down in the weeds in the front, and then we're going to move to the back. But I'm going to finish the day. You can see that we're doing some organizing and cleaning. That should tell you how many wiring jobs that I do. I had all of these in a bucket from when we moved to the oldest shop, and I could not find it and finally found them, so I'm just organized different colors and different things like that. But anyway, appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all. Hit the like, subscribe if you want to see more of this truck, and then we are going to be reorganizing the shop and bringing in a couple of new vehicles to get working on as well. So we'll start making YouTube videos on that as well. So appreciate it. Thank y'all, and we'll catch y'all later.